Hey guys, Doward here with my wife Laura.
Hi.
We are going to be making what are we making?
Making a white chocolate peppermint cheesecake, except we're going to do mini individual ones.
We're going to make mini individual white peppermint cheesecakes.
White peppermint chocolate cheesecakes.
Yeah, mouthful. So what you need to make this are, let's see, we got honey graham crackers over there. We got a couple tubs of some cream cheese. We got about 4 eggs, a little mini tub of sour cream, Ghirardelli classic white chocolate chips, some butter, some peppermint extract, some sugar. All right, what are we doing?
First, we make sure the cream cheese is softened.
Softened. Okay, so we soften the cream cheese.
Soften the cream cheese. Easier if my mixing bowl is not actually on the mixer.
No, it's cake.
And Riley pipes in.
Of course. Tell us about it, buddy.
Cake.
Cake?
No.
Cheesecake.
Cake.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Alright, so we take our cream cheese and we blop it into the mixing bowl. He's gonna tell us all about cake while we make it. So what do you got in there so far? Just the cream cheese?
You have the softened cream cheese.
Softened cream cheese, throw it in. Sugar and extract.
So 1 cup sugar. Is this my...
Is that a 1 cup? Let me see it.
I think it's my half cup.
That's a half cup. Yeah. Mix 1 cup sugar in with the cream cheese. Yeah, we're not very good at making exact measurements here. It's cooking. It's like chemistry with style.
Better tasting ingredients.
All right, so what are you doing now? Putting the peppermint
I'm
extract
putting in 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint extract.
Okay.
Brand new, I have to make sure I've taken the seal off of it.
I see. So you mix that in with the cream cheese and the sugar?
32 ounces of cream cheese, 1 cup sugar.
Ooh, 32 ounces. Look who's way more scientific than I am.
Haha.
You got it? Alright, so 1/4 teaspoon?
Yeah.
Roughly?
Roughly.
Oh, it's very clear. Dribbling over. Alright, then what do you do with this?
Then you put this in the... Actually, on the mixer.
Put it on the mixer? You were going to say in the blender, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
You shall blend it. Will it blend? I've got to get you one of those.
What?
Those super blenders. Alright, so now you just want to mix this until what? It's well beaten?
Yes.
Alright, so let that go. Alright, so while this mixes, what are you making over there?
I'm melting my butter
Melting the butter for what?
to make my graham cracker crust.
Okay.
With melted butter. I'm using cinnamon graham crackers instead of original because cinnamon trumps all. And 3 tablespoons of sugar for 1.5 cups of graham crackers.
Okay. And then what do you do with that?
You mix it all together until it's crumbly, and then you put it into the bottom of your pan, or in my case, I'm going to use muffin tins, and press it down flat, and then set it aside until you're ready to pour your mixture in it.
Alright, so you gotta what? Crumble these? How do you do this?
I cheat. I take my graham crackers out of their bag, I put them in a handy dandy zipper storage bag, and then I beat them to death with a rolling pin.
That sounds therapeutic.
Mildly.
Is this why you tend to bake when you get mad at me? So you take the graham crackers
When you're not throwing them on the floor.
and you put them all into the bag.
We don't put them all in because otherwise they don't crumble right.
Okay. You need your rolling pin?
I need the rolling pin.
It's like an FPS. Michael Myers with a rolling pin. Da-na-na-na-na. Sorry, I'm losing myself. Now, do you close the bag completely while doing this?
Yes.
And you don't worry about it, like, I don't know, popping with air pressure or anything?
Nope.
Should you evacuate the air before doing it?
I tend to, but I don't always get all of it out.
Okay. And the mixer's just the mixing in the back.
I have pre-melted my butter. I just pour my graham crackers into it. It's easier for me to do it that way.
Okay.
It saves time.
You still have some pretty decent sized chunks in there, so you just kind of get a mix of chunk and crust.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know when you have a cup and a half there? Is that what you said?
1 pack of graham crackers crunches into a cup and a half.
Oh, handy to know. So you need one entire package of these then. Gotcha.
And in my case, as you'll see shortly, I like extra graham cracker crust, so I actually use more than the cup and a half calls for.
Oh. So that's about 1.5 cups, huh?
It may actually be a little over, but you can never have too much graham cracker crust.
Especially when it's cinnamon.
Correct. Which, by the way, if you type that into your phone goes nuts.
You type cinnamon in your phone, it goes crazy?
Cinnamon? Yes.
Oh, cinnamon? Oh boy.
Did you mean? No, I meant what I typed. Thank you.
You take a little bit more sugar.
3 tablespoons of sugar.
Is that a tablespoon?
Yes.
You know, if I remember correctly, when I made my apple pie, I also ran it completely out of sugar. We seem to have this thing with killing our sugar when we make something nice.
Because unlike most good cooks, we don't actually check our ingredients before we start.
Yeah. That's why it's more fun to do this at home. Then what do you do? Mix it all up?
Just mix it all up. I'm going to add some more graham crackers, though.
More graham crackers?
More graham crackers.
Not more graham crackers.
Yes, more graham crackers. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it.
But I have to. They're delicious. You gonna give mine to Riley?
Yes, no, I'll eat them.
You can't have them all.
Yes, no.
Says everybody.
Well, too bad, everybody.
All
I
right.
think also that I'm going to need a bigger bowl to mix the graham crackers in.
Wait, you have to say that like they said in Jaws. I think we're gonna need a bigger bowl.
I think I'm going to need a bigger bowl.
There you go. So the extra graham crackers go into the Ziploc bag that you use to crush them in.
Yes,
You
handy.
were-
Saves a bag.
Yeah, no kidding. Good lord, you are like all kinds of saving things. All right, so we transfer it over, and then what do you gotta do? Like mix this all together, I assume.
Yep, just mix it up until it's all kind of crumbly. Mildly sticky.
Mix it until sticky. All right, so we've got the graham cracker crust mixed up, lined up, a couple of regular muffin pans, and then my jumbo. I love the jumbo. I called dibs on a jumbo.
Okay.
Okay. Are you really gonna be all flat? Are you just doing the bottoms, or are you doing the sides and all too?
Just the bottoms.
Oh, okay. Makes a whole lot more sense then.
Since our jumbo pans are not lined,
Put some Baker's Joy.
they must be joyed. Never mind it.
Joyful.
Keep the whole back.
There's the joyful. So what is this Baker's Joy?
God's gift to bakers.
What does it do?
It's got flour mixed in with a non-stick spray. So when you do baking, it doesn't work so well for like grilling and things like that. It helps release the food product, the cake, the cheesecake, the muffins, whatever you're making, from the sides of the pan.
Oh. Sounds like handy stuff. So you just take a scoop and blop it in?
Well, with the big ones, you'll use about 2 scoops.
What is that, like a tablespoon?
2 tablespoons, yes.
Go ahead.
Just to ensure that your things are actually flat instead of possibly being more mounded in the center and not flat all the way across. You can take another muffin pan liner and just, well, do what I'm doing. Put it in and kind of
Tap it down?
tap it all down.
Okay. Approximately how many Newton meters of force are you using?
Some.
Sometimes you regret marrying an engineer, aren't there?
I don't know. It helps me come up with more handy ways of killing you in your sleep.
Hey, you love me.
Do I?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Are you?
I'm not taking you to Jacksonville with me.
Uh-huh. Okay, so now you've got everything lined. You can toss it in in the oven for about 8 minutes. Normally for a full-size pan you do 10 minutes, but these aren't full-size pans, these are just little ones, so I don't want to overbake the crust. So in the oven at 325 for 8 minutes.
Okay, so let's set our oven. We already set it actually earlier, so that was just me being a dork. Boy, that's warm. 325 degrees, it's kind of warm. I didn't realize that. So you slide that in, and then we set a timer.
The timer on my oven does not work, so we use the timer on the microwave. Timer.
All right, and we'll finish out what, the filling?
Yes, now we'll finish the filling.
Okay.
So bring this over here, turn it back on low. You're supposed to use, I think it's 2/3 cup of white chocolate chips or white chocolate baking bar, grand total of 4 ounces. I really like chocolate. I used 8 ounces in my last one. It didn't taste chocolatey enough, so I'm going to use the whole 11-ounce bag.
Good Lord. And you had to do it Ghirardelli, huh?
Yes.
Now these are white chocolate chips, right?
Yes.
These are all white chocolate chips.
Get your fingers out of my chips or I'm going to cut them off with Cutco.
But I like chocolate! I love white chocolate. I know it's not really
I think
chocolate.
you like your fingers better.
So you just throw it in the microwave?
Throw it in the microwave, you microwave it in 30-second intervals, and every time you bring it up, you stir it until it's completely creamy and blended through. Sometimes, in a case like this, I may actually end up adding a little bit of milk or cream to it, just to help keep it creamy while I get it from the microwave into the mold.
Okay.
And so that it doesn't freeze up the blender.
Yeah, we don't want to freeze up in blender.
Mixer.
Mixer. Yes, that too.
In the meantime, we can add the sour cream. I bought a solid 8-ounce little package, but I didn't have to measure anything out. May not have been as wise of a money-saving effort, but in a time-saving effort, it was wonderful.
So you just plop that in there? So we take the sour cream, we blop that in there. Just like that. Now does the sour cream go in there for flavor, texture? What is that?
Texture.
Texture, okay. What is it, smooth it, make it creamier?
Yes.
Get this mixing on low again. I gotta get you a better mixer. So you just repeat this process until you're fully melted all the way through? Alright.
Chocolate's just about done in the microwave. I know it's fully melted. I just warmed it back up to make sure I can get it into the pan without it getting cold apart on me.
Does it cool off very quickly?
Yes. This may be a little difficult to see. I apologize.
Maybe, no, it's alright. spatula grabbed all of it. Or not spatula, the beater. So 1 egg at a time?
1 egg at a time. 1 egg at a time. Obviously, English.
You want to make sure it gets mixed in there real well, right? The egg kind of grabbed on top of that top blender, or right in the beater. That?
Food coloring.
Food coloring? For what?
I'm going to make pretty little swirlies on the tops of my cheesecake.
Oh, I gotta see this. You're gonna make a little swirly on top of each one of these?
Yep.
Okay.
At least on the big ones.
Okay. That's what Riley thinks of that. Then you just start scooping it in?
Essentially, yes.
So, let's see. I'm just gonna record then the big guys here. So we'll just show you how this first set goes, and then you kind of get the gist from there.
Okay, so I'm going to use 1/3 cup scoop for the big ones, and I'll probably use 1/4 cup for the small ones.
Take a scoop.
Okay, take a scoop.
Pour it in. Now, will these expand or anything while they cook?
No. Cheesecake does not tend to expand. It actually tends to shrink.
Okay. So, are you going to fill this up more than that, or just...
I probably will, yes.
Okay.
In observation, you probably should use, if you're going to be using the really oversized muffin tins, use a 1/2 cup instead of 1/3 cup.
Jumbo muffin pan, because jumbo is the only way muffins should ever come, in this man's opinion.
I have 4 colors, but I'm not going to use the cheesecake, or the yellow with the cheesecake, because it just doesn't come out right. So, for pretty swirlies, just use food coloring. You don't have to dilute it or anything. 2 drops in the middle. So then you take
Take a
a toothpick. Very easy to do. You just kind of stick it in the middle and swirl.
So I could do any kind of pattern I wanted in there?
Yep. And then, now that they're prettified, you will pop them in the oven for about 30 minutes each. For a full-size one, it's supposed to be 40 to 50 minutes, but they're smaller, so you're not going to need that length of time. And that will be at 325 still. Yes?
Yes. And then you refrigerate them for how long?
You refrigerate them for approximately 4 to 5 hours, sometimes a little longer, depending on how big of a cake you have made.
Alright. So you're going to go ahead and do the rest of those?
Yes.
Alright.
I may not swirl all of them, but
You should.
they will at least
They are pretty.
they at least be filled.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and let her take care of the swirls-rama here, and then we'll get these in the oven, we'll bake them, and then I'll come back after they're baked. Say hi, Riley.
What?
So here we are.
Wait a minute.
30 minutes later, we have pulled cheesecakes out. We'll let them sit, then they'll go into the fridge. Much to the chagrin of my boy. Riley.
He wants Mommy to play in the bedroom with him.
He wants to play. Alright, so we chilled them, we pulled them, and they are delicious. So, yeah, there you go. We just store them in these little Tupperware guys. Stick them in the fridge, and we got little snacks.